Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I am just going to do a little brief organizing and making a palette for myself to play with. So you can watch me as I'm doing this, and then maybe you'll be inspired to play around with your makeup as well. Okay, so what we have right now, this is an eyeshadow that I'm still currently working on in a project, and same with this one. So these two are going to be coming along with my palette no matter what. So I'm going to kind of have to make something around them, or just, with them on the side, then that's fine. Some of these are also just shadows that I kind of want to be using. So I'm going to try to think about a palette with that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start, kind of just playing around, putting in these shadows that I'm thinking of and what other ones could work. Now I have other magnetic shadows that could go in here, but I'm choosing just to work with my singles right now because I feel like my palettes have been getting a good bit of love, and that some of these singles, like I would like to have some dips happening with these. And so some of them I might pick based off of what has a dip already. Now I know I just put this eyeshadow back, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it here. I feel like, maybe I'm gonna kind of do some sort of little trios or something like that. Like this little pinky kind of color story here feels appealing. This is a yellow that I would like to make some use of that I feel like I haven't recently, so maybe that could go either with this or with the green. So let me think. Like, what about something like that? And then I could do one of those. I could also pull in, this is more of a black though. Yeah. This is a dark green. This doesn't, I don't like that together. Let me move them. Something I've discovered recently is that if I use a gray eyeshadow over top of something more bright and colorful, that I'm not a gray eyeshadow fan like on its own as much, but mixing it with these, you get, it like just mutes the color in a nice way. So I feel like I want to maybe have that in. Instead of this dark green, I'm gonna go with the lighter one. I feel like that might be more something I would do. And then here, so this is a really sparkly shade, and this is more like just a basic shimmer. So I feel like that together, and it can kind of like connect these color stories a bit. And then maybe going with this kind of light gold, but then something here to ground it. Should I use that one? Maybe. have pulled this one in. This might even be, no, I don't think I've used it all the 10 times yet. I think that would be a nice little kind of thing there. Now what do I want in the middle here? This was an eyeshadow that I was thinking of too that I haven't used for a little bit. It is getting a little dip on it, so that's nice. Then what can I pair with it? The Cosmos one could go well. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about it because they're in another palette. These were 2 new singles for me. I had them in my iridescent palette, but why not put them in here and have this nice sparkle here? Now, you'll notice I don't have many mattes, but maybe I'm okay with having more of these like satiny types of shades and then playing with this. All right, now I need to swatch. Okay, now I'm gonna have to be really careful because there's this 18 eyeshadows, and can I fit that all on my arm? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. Also, the mattes might be a little bit funny for swatching just because I'm gonna be like wetting my finger repeatedly. All right, I'm gonna start up here as close as I can, and we're gonna have this little color story. So I'm gonna kind of have them close together. All right, so we have to start with that. And I am trying to finish that first eyeshadow there. So I have a dupe for it in a palette, and I could actually get this one again. They still have it. So if I, am feeling sad, but that would mean I have to use up 2 eyeshadows. So we'll see about that. And then these 3. So these should kind of still work together as well. I'm trying to, sort of transition that we've got pinks and warm tones and all together. So it's like I could go a little bit more neutrally or a little bit more colorful, like even these kind of go together. All right, I am trying to dry off my finger as best I can before I do a matte, but forgive me. These mattes aren't really bad with getting a hard pan though, so it's not a big deal. So we're going really warm. And this yellow, to be honest, we'll see how it wears on the eye. It might be getting a little old and time to be retired, but we shall see. Okay, now look at these fun shimmers. Whew. Now we're really switching gears from the warm to the cool. And yeah, they're getting overlapped a little bit, but that's just me trying to save some room on my arm. Here, I'll do that purple just a little bit more. There we go. They could just make a look together, those 3. Do you like to do all shimmery looks? I do. The more shimmer, the better. And then I'm just gonna have silver sparkle on my fingers for the rest of the day. Yeah, there's not much I can do. But here we are going into these mattes and the shimmer. And this is just gonna swatch a little bit funny, but it works perfectly well on the eyes. I've used it recently. It's just that my arm is darker. I don't have any primer down. And then look, if I just even cut off the rest of that, there's a really pretty color story. So I'm not really making this palette for any reason in particular other than I just wanted to play with my singles and come up with something. And I do kind of like using ones that I'm working on in projects and using that as a starting ground, because it's like, well, I want to use these. What can help me use them in different ways? So this green and this shade, they might be getting done soon. But for now, let's have a little fun with them. Okay, and then we have that green color story. So you can see how it goes right from the neutrals into the greens. Then we've got these cool tones, and we're going back to the warms, and then the pinks. All right, so this is my color story for this palette. So what do you think? Is this a color story that you would be interested in playing with? I know it's a lot of eyeshadows. I'm normally more of if I'm buying a palette, you know, like 12 would be a nice number, or 15, something like that. This is certainly a lot, but I feel like I do have a lot of options of colors I can play with. So I will have to see how this goes. And, you know, maybe I'll report back, or you can see my looks on Instagram or in shorts, because sometimes I like to show looks I'm making that way. But I want to thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye!